Greenlam Industries. The numbers came out yesterday. Let's just put up the numbers for you. 203 crores in revenue, the top line, and the PAT was 9 crore. EBITDA is up significantly. The stock is down today. The numbers came out yesterday. EBITDA has gone up almost, I would say, 50-odd% there, and the margins have also improved quite sharply by almost 400 basis points. There you say EBITDA is at 32 crores, and the margins have also improved to about 15.8% right now. Saurabh Mittal, he's MD and CEO of Greenlam Industries, joins us. Greenlam Industries, just for our viewers, is India's largest laminate maker, the kind that you see in your kitchens and on top of your cupboards and on tables and stuff like that. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Mittal. Where did this EBITDA margin growth? Now, when I look at the top line growth is good, but the EBITDA margin growth is where is most impressive. How did that happen?
I must tell you, I think you are just right now talking about the laminate segment business. So overall, the EBITDA growth, we were at about 13-odd% as a total company.
Okay.
So the significant EBITDA margin growth has happened in the laminates business.
Okay.
So if you look at the quarter one results,
15.8% is only in the laminates business.
Yes, that's right. But when you were making the announcement, I think no, you.
All right, we need to correct that.
Yes. I wish we had done that, but unfortunately we've not. Yes, I must not take the wrong credit. So the laminates business, yes, there's been a significant improvement in operating margins. We've moved up nearly 450 basis points, 460 basis points. While versus quarter four, on a sequential basis, we've probably come down by maybe 0.5, 0.7%. So laminates business has done well for us. While on the veneer side, we've lost money at the operating level because we have two new businesses. So the veneer and allied categories are the veneer business of flooring and the door business. So there in the floor on the door business, we have lost the EBITDA level, while obviously the veneer business is profitable. So overall, the EBITDA has been at 30.54 crores.
But how is there an EBITDA? I would have imagined that you would have a PAT loss, EBITDA loss as well. Why did that happen?
Well, these are two new businesses, and we have initial higher costs of marketing, manpower, sales setup, etc.
Okay.
So in the floor and the door business, so door business was not present last year in quarter one. We started this in September 2015, and the flooring business is about a year and a half old, and we're still in the process of setting up the network distributors, getting the product specified with architects, developers, builders, etc. So overall, EBITDA was 11.4 last year Q1, and now we're at about 13%. It's about 23-25% in value growth, and PAT has grown by about 40-odd%, from some 6.4 to about 9-odd crores.
When I think of laminates, of course, even if you have, let's say you have cupboards already and you get them painted every 2 years or something like that.
Right.
Sometimes your carpenter comes and says that let's put a Greenlam laminate. And you don't have to pay, it has a higher, it's easier to clean.
Yes.
And you don't have to really build new homes to do that. But the pre-made fabricated doors seems like dependent entirely on construction activity growing, right?
Well, you could say that because replacement of doors is a longer cycle. So engineered doors produced at the plant and installed on the site is driven more by new construction of condominiums, hotels, hospitals, education institutes.
Right.
You could say that. That's right, actually. While laminates, you have a significant part of a business also coming from the renovation market. Flooring is renovation as well as new construction. Yeah, you could say that, yes.
So there are these now engineered wood flooring. Are these the kind of actually tiles which look like wood, or are they actual wood chip based?
No, they're actually wood. So they are planks of wood, which could be anything from 4 feet to 8 feet in length. And could be maybe 120 millimeters in width up to 250 millimeters in width. And they're normally a 14 or 15 millimeter products. And with a click system, which is, there's a dry gluing. You don't need to put adhesive to, join the two planks. So it's very easy to install. And
but more likely to be used by institutional, I mean, as you mentioned, hotels and offices and stuff like that. Because I'll tell you why. The reason is that we just redid our kitchen at home.
Right.
And our contractor, I wanted to have wood flooring, which I
Right.
was told shouldn't be used in a kitchen. But nevertheless, our contractor said that wooden flooring India में काम नहीं करता है sir. आप tile लगा लीजिए जो wood की तरह दिखता है.
Right.
Now,
well, I would disagree partly with this. You know, so wood flooring, if you see the possible usage or the current usage, you have homes, mostly master bedrooms or living rooms.
Okay.
You have premium retail stores using it. You have conference rooms. You have premium hotels. Premium developers, builders doing it, and the market's actually growing. And currently, we're the only producers in the country. Everything else is being imported into the country. So you could say that really nobody's marketed it, in the country. Nobody's really created a meaningful business. So we are taking efforts to train installers, build displays, build showrooms, and promote the product. Worldwide, wooden flooring usage is quite large, and you'd be surprised in many countries internationally. They end up consuming nearly equal to ceramic tiles or even higher at times. Yeah, but in India, it's still far smaller. I would agree to that though.
And there is virtually no organized. It's all imported, right?
Yes, currently in the engineered wood flooring segment, we're the only producers. Everything else is being imported into the country from Europe, Malaysia, sometimes from China. So the mostly imports coming into the country.
But the engineered doors, I'm just focusing on these two areas where you have put in money.
Sure.
And I guess your investors have to be a little patient for the markets to give, for the current economy to actually give returns on that. Engineered doors, now even those, there are some unorganized players there, right? I mean, you do get people saying the ready-made door, you can buy a ready-made door, flush door and put it in, right?
Sure. So, you're right actually partly. So what we are doing, let me explain that, we are doing factory finished doors with the frames. So we're doing the entire door sets with, CNC cut, hinges, lock set, etc. So our value proposition to our clients or to architects or developers, builders are that, give your measurements to us, and we'll help you, take the measurements, and we'll produce the entire door at the plant with finishing, polishing, everything, and we'll have a carpenter install the door on the site. Currently, more often than not, doors are actually fabricated on the site in the country. So somebody gets a frame, somebody gets a flush door, and someone else gets adhesive, hardware, laminates, veneers, paint, or whatever it could be. And we actually end up producing door on the site. So our value proposition is, we produce a door off-site of the factory, and you come and install it on the site. So actually you end up wasting a lot of time and effort when you do things on the site. The finish is better, it's far superior, and you save.
But these are customized. It's not as if you're making standardized doors.
No, customized. So so let's say there are 100 apartments coming in. We get the exact measurements. We make stuff at the plant and we ship it to the site and somebody installs it.
But this is a business which has to be incubated, right?
So we are incubating the door business. Worldwide, the doors are produced the way we're trying to do it. In fact, the technology and the processes we are using door has been has come in from UK, and we'd also in fact started some small exports of the doors. So worldwide, this is the way it's being done, and I think India will also move towards that as condominiums get larger. Timely completion of apartments become important.
And as carpenters become more expensive, I guess.
Yes, it's expensive and available. It's both. And in the door, you need a carpenter, and you also need people to polish the door if you're using a veneer door.
Right.
And invariably, polishing between one door to the other door, there could be a variation in the finishing. While when you're doing it in a mechanized form, the cost of the polish is far lower, and even the quality of finish is far more consistent.
And this is the international norm, right?
Absolutely, yes. That's right.
So obviously you're investing for the future.
For sure.
And I'll have to ask you some Excel sheet questions.
No problem. No problem. Please.
I mean, you surely have some kind of an Excel sheet or a presentation that you put out to your big investors.
Sure,
and you say that, okay, in year so-and-so, we have made these investments. In year so-and-so, we are going to actually become EBITDA positive. Do you have something like that?
Well, let me take you through both the businesses. So if you look at the door business, we put in about 20-odd crores of investments. And because we also do veneers, we also do laminates, We already have a lot of raw materials already, with the company. So it's very nicely integrated to the entire, system. We have a pan-India network, we have branches, warehouses across the country. So actually, the investments really happen on the equipments, focus on the door, and the sales team really driving the door business. So a lot of other investments have been common for the business. So that's why we say it's like an allied category to our existing business. And we're able to build this business at a far lower capital expenditure and running costs than anybody else would do it. So this investment can deliver about 100 odd crores of top line at the peak, and we break even nearly at a 25% utilization.
Okay.
So the intent is to do this at the earliest. So that's in the door business. And similarly in the flooring business, this is also in a way partly integrated with the veneer business. We already have, we are already importing veneers, we're importing, veneer beams, a couple of the equipments are common. It's the same plant, So, and again, the network is common. You already have the branch offices, warehouses, etc. So here too, actually, we'll be able to break in at a nearly 18-20% capacity utilization.
All right.
So from that perspective, yes, the investments have been there, but
and what is the capacity utilization in these two segments
so
right
currently
now?
it's quite low. So if you look at flooring, last year we were about I think 8-10% kind of utilization. Door, we've improved because this is actually Q1 was I think third quarter, maybe you could say, because we started September 2015. Really started going to market, meeting architects, meeting developers. So although there's a pipeline of orders, but they're all project driven, so deliveries are staggered.
Yeah.
Currently we did about 2 CRs. That's about maybe we are about 8-10% there also. Yeah, but I think these are future products, and we're quite confident on building these businesses.
So your main aim is to increase your margins continue to increase the margins on the laminates business to protect the drop in margins that you're going to see coming ahead in these parts.
So well, you could say in the laminates business, we've improved margins. We have last year we expanded capacity in laminates by 20%. And we just announced another expansion of capacity increase from 12 million sheets to 14 million, which is a brownfield. And so that'll take a capacity from 12 to 14. So we're continuing to improve our productivity, improve our revenues, improve the value mix in laminates too. Over the last 2 years, we've introduced a lot of new products new to the country, which is more like category expansion. So there too, if you see, even although markets are very competitive, markets are by and large difficult. We have been able to maintain, improve our realization. We will improve margins, improve working capital cycles. So laminates too, we're going to drive the business. The decorative veneer business too, last year we introduced 2 new categories. So so there too, we'll grow the business and improve margins. And floor door, will take some time, but yes, we're in the process of setting these 2 businesses up.
Okay, I just want one final question. I've taken a lot of your time, but one final question. Similar businesses, let's say laminate businesses in anywhere else in the world where IKEA or IKEA is there.
Right.
Do they face competition from IKEA? And you understand why I'm asking this question, because IKEA is coming here next year.
So well, so similar business, you could say Europe, you could say, there's IKEA in a meaningful way, and it also happens to be the largest laminates consuming producing market of the world. So people end up supplying to IKEA for the furniture. So if you see what are we doing?
So are you already a supplier to IKEA?
No, we're not. We're not.
But are you planning to do that when they come to India?
It depends on the pricing and the margins. So it really depends on that. Yes.
All right. Saurabh Mittal, thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.